Hi, my name is Jose Lamas and the following video is on flexibility assessment. The four assessments that I will be utilizing to demonstrate flexibility are as follows: YMCA sit and reach test, the chair sit and reach test, the Canadian trunk forward flexion test, and the Thomas test. Before we conduct any of these assessments, we need to stretch. It is recommended that we conduct a warm-up, either dynamic or static stretching for at least 5 minutes. The YMCA sit and reach test. This assessment is to test the flexibility of the spine and the lower back region. Prior to beginning the assessment, place a yardstick in between the extended legs and using a piece of tape across the 15-inch mark. Marking the location with the tape at 15 inches will be a guide to position your heels and keep feet 10 to 12 inches wide with legs fully extended and avoid bending your knees. Ensure you remove your shoes. Reach forward while you exhale and maintain your head at a neutral posture. While reaching, keep one hand on top of the other to avoid any misleading from either side. Reaching to your furthest point on the yardstick and maintain that position for at least 2 seconds. This assessment should be conducted twice and find an average to both trials. Chair sit and reach test. This assessment is used to determine the flexibility of the lower back and hamstring muscles. This assessment is usually used for elderly populations or subjects with injuries. Place a chair that stands 17 inches tall against the wall to avoid any movement of the chair. Ensure the individual sits at the edge of the chair. Rotate the legs to keep one leg bent and the other extended. With your ankle in dorsiflexor position, reach forward while exhaling to touch your toes on extended leg. Keep one hand above the other to avoid any leaning. Use a 12-inch ruler to record measurements. Reaching beyond the toes is a positive recording, and falling short of the toes is a negative recording. Keep measurements recording in the units of inches. Remember, do not bend the knees, keep one hand above the other, and complete the assessment twice. Canadian trunk forward flexion test. This assessment is used to test flexibility in the lower back and the hamstring muscles. Prior to beginning, remove your shoes and sit on the ground, legs extended without bending the knees. Reach forward while exhaling and keep one hand above the other. Reach as far as possible. Keep this position held for at least 2 seconds. The unit of measurements will be in meters. Assessment, the Thomas test. This assessment is to test the flexibility of the hip flexors. Remove your shoes prior to beginning. Flat on your back and with the assistance of your arms, bring the leg being tested towards your chest. If the leg that remains rested is on the floor, elevates off the floor, then that would determine that the hip flexors for that side of the body are not flexible. If the opposite occurs and resting of the leg remains on the floor, then we conclude that the hip flexors are flexible. Try the assessment on both legs.